four main pillars in unity, and they are meditation, affirmative prayer, visioning, and sacred fellowship, Sacred Sangha. Like, those are the things that allow us to build a really strong boat. And over the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, a lot of us has been sitting on the cliff all by ourselves. And it's beautiful there, don't get me wrong. I have a beautiful practice. I love to sit in the silence all by myself. I love that practice. And it's not enough. For most of us, it's not enough. There's something else that we are being invited into. And everything that has been going on in the world, the trial verdict this week was very upsetting, right? Jeremy was very upsetting. This is when we need to know that there is a safe place where we can be held with whatever it might be that we are in the middle of, whatever might be alive within us. So it asks something of us. It asks that we are moving out of that shell that COVID has sort of put around us, and it asks us to say, I am willing to be fully present. Really present with my anger, present with my frustration, present with my pain, present with it all. I am willing to be present with you. I am willing to be present with your pain. I am willing to be present with your discomfort. I am willing to be right here, right now with you. What happens if we actually become present? What happens if we are actually visible to each other? If we're actually reaching out, as Deborah so beautifully sang, what if we're reaching out? Is there somebody you haven't spoken to in a couple months? Somebody who you haven't seen in a couple of months? Somebody who you care about? And life is what life is, and we've all been mildly depressed, I honestly believe. So can we move out of that and reach out? Because you know what? I wasn't doing so well. And maybe someone else out there isn't doing so well. And all it takes is a phone call. All it takes is a moment of connection. So are you willing to be visible? Are you willing to be accessible? To make time, to make space? And yes, I get it. It makes us uncomfortable. We have priorities in our life. Sacred Sangha absolutely should be one of those priorities. Because that is how we then can show up more fully in the other aspects of our life. If we show up here, we have more to give everywhere else. Can you feel how that's true? If I show up here fully, I have more to give to my family. I have more to give to my friends. And then the last piece is that we need to be committed. And I know during this time of COVID, it's all been this sort of like, yeah, well, I might drop in, and I get it. Like watching from home with your pajamas on and drinking your coffee, like I get it. It is like awesome, right? All you guys out there with me right now, drinking your coffee, I totally get it. And there is something about being in the room together. There is something about coming together for special events. We have a big party coming up December 5th. There's something about making space for us to commit to actually showing up for each other. And there are so many ways that we can commit. Faith in action, Sandra was speaking to that. That is absolutely a way to commit. I want to point out our beautiful altar. I'm going to get out of the frame so we can show the altar. Look at this beautiful altar. It says Carolyn Gauthier, Pamela Kavana, yes, and Alan Kruger put this together, and that is a way to be committed. And can you see how in something like that, they're not just being committed to us, they're also being committed to their own creativity. It's a way to commit in multiple ways.